So what is the real source of power? Is it some kind of supernatural force, the ability to shake entire worlds? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive into a fantastic story from the Maharatnakuta Sutra that shows us where a bodhisattva's strength really comes from. And the answer is, well, it's both surprising and incredibly practical.
All right, let's just start with the big question, the one that's at the heart of this whole story. We tend to think of strength as, physical might, or maybe some kind of superhuman ability. But what if the greatest power in the entire universe comes from somewhere else entirely?
To get to the bottom of this, the sutra introduces us to this incredible figure, Maha Madhyayana. Now, you have to understand, among all of the Buddhist disciples, this guy was number one when it came to supernatural powers. We're talking about someone who could literally move worlds. He was the real deal.
So picture this. The challenge seems almost silly. Just lift a small ceremonial object, a Vajra. So Maha Madhyayana summons up his full cosmic strength, a power so ridiculously immense that his effort makes the entire 3,000 Great Thousand World system tremble and shake.
And then, nothing. Despite this world-shaking effort, the Vajra doesn't move. Not an inch, not even a tiny, tiny bit. The most powerful disciple in the universe is completely and utterly defeated by this small, seemingly insignificant object.
So as you can imagine, he is completely bewildered. He goes to the Buddha and asks the only question that even makes sense to him. Have I lost my powers? What is going on? And this question right here, it sets the stage for a much, much deeper lesson. And this is where it gets really interesting. The Buddha's answer is so simple, but it's incredibly profound. He says, no, your power is still there, but the power that put this Vajra here, the power of a bodhisattva, is from a whole different league. It's a kind of strength that your abilities just can't touch. So that just begs the question, right? What in the world could be more powerful than a force that can shake the cosmos?
So the Buddha explains that this incredible power isn't about supernatural force at all. It's actually about very specific, very grounded actions. He lays out what he calls the 10 methods, which are really the outward expression of a bodhisattva's strength.
And here's the key thing to understand. This power isn't something you're born with. It's cultivated. It's built step by step through a dedicated practice that is focused entirely on benefiting other people. It's a strength that is literally born from compassion and action.
Now, what's really fascinating about these methods is just how practical they are. I mean, it starts with the ultimate dedication, protecting the truth, even if it means sacrificing your own life. But then it moves right into our everyday conduct, being humble, respecting everyone, being patient with difficult people, and actively helping those in need, whether that's giving food to the hungry or just offering comfort to someone who's afraid.
And the list just keeps going, covering pretty much every part of a compassionate life. It's about healing the sick. And this next one is so important, showing respect to people that society tends to look down on. It's about taking care of our shared sacred spaces, helping the most disadvantaged, and just being a reliable protector for those who have no one else. So this is the outward stuff, but what's the engine that drives it all?
And that brings us to the inner world. See, the Buddha explains that these 10 actions have to come from a very specific state of mind. This is the real engine room of a bodhisattva's power, what's called the benevolent and harmonious mind. Just take a look at these qualities. This is like the internal blueprint for true strength. It's about being straight up and honest. No flattery, no deceit. It means having a sincere heart, a resolute mind that isn't weak or wishy-washy. And, crucially, it's about maintaining a benevolent, harmonious mind that is totally free of confusion. This inner state is what gives all those outer actions their incredible power. So, let's put it all together. This slide really sums it up perfectly. The 10 methods, that's the what, the physical things you do to serve others. But the 8 affairs, that's the why, the inner quality of mind that makes those actions truly transformative. You can't have one without the other. The 8 affairs are like the deep, strong roots of a tree, and the 10 methods are the fruit that it bears. Without that inner cultivation, the outer actions just don't have that same world-changing power. And this brings us right back to our original mystery. Now we can finally understand why Maha Madhyayana's immense power was completely useless against that little Vajra. So here it is, the big takeaway.
Real, unshakable strength doesn't come from moving mountains or stopping the sun. It comes from an unwavering mind, a mind that's been forged in humility, in sincerity, and in an unshakable commitment to helping all living beings. This benevolent intention, that is the most powerful force in the universe.
The sutra gives us this absolutely beautiful metaphor to really lock the idea in. Think about it. Just like the great earth is the foundation for every tree, every blade of grass, a compassionate and benevolent mind is the foundation for every single virtuous quality and all true strength. It's the fertile ground from which everything good grows.
And that kind of leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? The path of the Bodhisattva isn't really about gaining superpowers. It's about cultivating a very specific quality of heart and mind through our everyday interactions. So the question for all of us is, how can we start to see our own daily lives, our jobs, our relationships, our simple acts of kindness, as a way to actually practice and build this profound, benevolent strength?